report for 1 June, even though it's the 2nd of June. I've delayed it one day because my wife's out of town on a business trip, and, well, I just didn't have time to do it yesterday, so I'm doing it tonight and cutting into my game time. I hope everyone had a great week in gaming. We had lots of exciting news going on this week. In the World of Warcraft, there was some good stuff, fun stuff that went on in last week's raid. In ArcAge, we have lots of stuff going on as we pick a fight with the biggest bully douchebags on the server. And Wildstar finally launches, and we get a little bit of feedback. Let's go ahead and jump right into what we want to talk about happened this week in the World of Warcraft. It was an exciting week. All right, we downed and completed the second wing. We finished off General Nazgul, Nazgrim, Naz something or other. Whatever, the last guy, the last boss, 8th boss in the instance, fourth boss in the second wing. And that means we have completed the first 2 wings. We have 2 wings left. And I was happy because that was the end of my WoW raiding days. I am done raiding in WoW, officially retired. Again, retired for, this expansion. Pandaria. Actually, retired 2 times now. So I won't be raiding anymore, so I wish the rest of the raid team good luck on the last 6 bosses before the expansion drops sometime in December. So World of Warcraft news, that was good. Things going on. Greer and those guys are still having fun, and they're in there every night playing their alts and leveling and hitting flex and normal and everything else and gearing up. Rev and Broody and some of the other guys, and they're all doing great. And it's awesome to see them continue to do well. In Wildstar, we launched this week, and it was a big party. It had more people in TeamSpeak than we've seen in a long time, as it was spread between 3 channels, between the WoW channel, the Wildstar channel, and the ArcAge channel. The Wildstar folks were down there. They jumped into, I think, Storm Talent is a server that a lot of people went to. They grouped up. I'm not sure if they formed a guild or not. They probably did. People were in there leveling. I know Goji was at least 29 already by the end of the weekend, and people are having fun and doing that. One of the things that Goji said was really good at this time was that they opened up, or they actually made PvP a viable method for leveling, because Goji hates questing, and so he was able to level up from level 10 to 29 doing mostly, if not all, exclusively PvP. And so that's kind of exciting. I logged in, I created a character on the RP PvE server, kind of just wanted to try out something new, and I think I'm level 5 or something. Like I said, I'm going to be very, very, very casual, as ArcAge is my absolute 100% main game. I am having a blast in ArcAge. And that transitions over to ArcAge. What went on in ArcAge this week? We invited a bunch of new people, or a handful of new people, into the guild. Our alpha community is growing. I think we had Captain Yeager came in this week. We had Massacre come in this week, who's a friend of Prestige's. We had Tipsy Kitty and her husband Teasel. And then there's a couple other people I know who have joined, and I don't have the list in front of me, so I'm going kind of from memory of who's talked to me in chat or whatever, this and that. We used all the lumber the guild had stored up. We've used all the iron the guild has stored up, and I don't think we've used all the stone because we're still running trade packs. And we created lots of ships. We created a new galleon, a merchant ship, and I think at least 2 cutters and a house and a couple of large farms. So that took up most of the stuff we got going on. People are continuing to level up in crafting. I'm almost at 40k metalwork. I think Goji and Chemo were up in the 30s on there for armor, so armor should be no problem for the entire guild. We're working on that stuff. Of course, crystals are the most demanding stuff. Refining our plans for ArcAge for launch. We will not be going to, as we said initially, Windscour, which has turned out to be somewhat of a pain in the ass, but not too bad. We'll be going to Villanelle or Silent Forest or other places. We're kind of looking at all the different options right now as to where we're going to try to set up, but we are getting the method down. This week, some of the major things that we did was with President's buddy Massacre coming into the guild. He has become, at first he was down talking, and I said, screw the trade, screw the trade, screw the trade, and then he did a couple of trade runs and saw how much money you can make out of it, and now he has become basically the guild trade master. Every night he's trying to rally people to get people together to build trade packs, to get them onto the merchant ship and sail them over to the other side. I love it. I think it's a blast. One, I like the trade, I like the commerce, but I think the piracy, the counter-piracy kind of stuff of going out there not knowing if you're going to be jumped is kind of fun and exciting. And with that, we also decided we've continued on with our war against Neckrage and Orenthal. And we've decided, we're a guild. We've got maybe 10 or so members on at night. We've got probably about 20 people throughout the week who are on. We're going to make a big push for recruiting in beta, and then in launch, of course. We're learning all the systems that we can, but we decided that we were not going to let Orenthal push us around without a fight, which means we oppose them in every way that we possibly can. We were there, and I watched Neckrage and the rest of his raid team of outstandingly geared people who like to talk trash wipe on 3 world bosses. I have yet to see them kill one, but I'm sure they've killed one, but I at least got to see 3 failures, so they were 0-4-3 for all I saw. Of course, Neckrage decided he was going to duel me. He wanted to duel me because our guild of 20 is annoying his guild of 1,000, which means we're being very successful. We're employing Sun Tzu. We've decided that we're going to use some Sun Tzu guerrilla tactics to annoy them, and so far I think we're being successful. Right? Successful, right, Sun Tzu?
Art of war.
I can't believe that worked!
Yeah, art of war. Fight the enemy where they aren't. After all these years, it finally just clicked.
But that's not what it means.
Really?
Not even close.
Okay, back to this nut. So we've anytime we see Orenthal, we kill him on sight, and it has been pretty successful because they know who we are, and our guild of, like I said, about 20, or we got about 40 people in the guild, but that includes some alts, so probably about 20, 25 people is kill on sight to Orenthal, and that's actually, we're pretty happy with that, being a small guild, being able to annoy the crap out of them. I did get the cow mount this week, and I was trying to mail cow patties, which you can produce, to him, but they are untradeable, unfortunately, or else Neckrage would be receiving cow poop every day in the mail. So I got to come up with something else. That's what you get for being the biggest douche on the server. Congratulations. For our news, we're making lots of plans. You know, we're doing ship stuff. We're doing stuff every night, leveling mains, leveling alts, trying out classes, trying out all kinds of things. We think we've got the crafting system down with the exception of weaponsmithing. We seem to have some issues there. We're going to rework that. And so overall, it was a great week in all three sections. I look forward to hearing what the Wildstar guys are doing next week. I know the Wild guys are going to continue raiding until, you know, Warlords Draenor launches. You know, the rest of us who are in Arcade are going to continue having a blast. I hope everyone's having a great time in Critical Moment and having a blast. I look forward to talking to you all in TeamSpeak, and I hope everyone's having a great time and great fun, and I'll see you in your game of choice this week. Bye.